Hey guys, it's me, Dominic. This is week 9, I think. It's week 9. And, I guess this week's topic is the the T in LGBTQ. Some people forget the Q, but it's LGBTQ. The T in LGBTQ, and why does it seem so little compared to the rest? And do you think the T's coming up in the world? Let's see. From my point of view, I think that the T is so little in LGBTQ just because it's so new and so not so new, but if you're not really transgender, you don't really know too much about it, and you know, I guess people have controversy about it, religious beliefs as well as gay and lesbian, but I feel like gay and lesbian has been around, or people have learned to accept it a lot more because it's not challenging the way you were born, I feel that people who are against it are kind of against it because it's like, well, why would you want to change the way God made you when they don't understand that while God may have given you, your biological body, God also gave you, the opposite sex's brain. So maybe a lot of people don't understand that, so I think that's why it's so, I think that's why it's not, you don't hear about it as much as you hear about, lesbian, gay, lesbian, gay, LG, bisexual, 'cause I think just because people are more understanding of lesbian, gay and bisexual, just because I think it's been talked about a lot more, and I think that if transgendered and transsexual and was talked about and people came to actually, a lot more people came to understand and a lot more people were educated on it, then I think it would come up in the world. I think that a lot more trans people are starting to come out and a lot more trans people are starting to kind of come together to form this little trans community in the LGBTQ group. Let's see. I don't really know how to talk about this very well, except for I do think that the T in LGBTQ is, I do think that it's going to start being more important because, I honestly do think that a lot more trans men, a lot more trans women are, they're sick of hiding it just because it's not something that not all people will agree with, and I think that everyone's just sick of holding back, so I think that everyone's coming out. I think that a lot more people, how do I explain it? Back in the day, I think that it was really, it was frowned upon to be gay and lesbian. I mean, look at some of the things they do to you if you were gay and lesbian, and I mean, imagine if you came out as trans, But I think with the world becoming more accepting, more trans people are starting to come out, which means that more people are starting to know more trans people, and more people are starting to kind of educate themselves on transgendered, even if you're not transgendered. And I think that more people are kind of more understanding, a little more accepting these days. So I do think that the T in LGBTQ is coming up, and I do think that soon it will be, just as heard of as the L, B, the G, and the Q. So that's my week 9 video. I actually made it on time this week. Next week's video I think is going to be about binding, so I got an interesting one for you there. Other than that's my video. Then all my videos talk about the Gender Health Center. Check them out. And I'll put their link down there. Kind of scattered in my brain today, so I don't really have anything else to say about them or anything else. I'll put my video, my personal link shit down there, and I'll put their website link down there. And that's all for this week.